Here we go. We have a question. Clone a linked list with next and random pointer. So you have given a class node where for each node there are two pointers, next and random. Next pointer pointing to the next node and random pointer pointing to any node, and random pointer can be null. So you have to create or clone a linked list without pointing to the original node. So that's pretty much it. This description says. I'm not gonna read this whole description. So that's pretty much it. So you have given this linked list and you have to clone. So and at the end you have to return the clone linked list head. If your creation is correct, then output is true, otherwise output will be false. And one more thing, space complexity must be constant. So there is one approach using map data structure. I am not gonna tell the map data structure approach because then the video will be more lengthy. So I will stay with the constant space approach. So let's build this. You have given this linked list. So this is head of the original linked list, and there's a node, a pointer pointing to the next node. So this is next pointer, and a random pointer pointing to any node. So this one node random pointer pointing to 2, 2's random pointing to 7, 8 random pointing to 2, 7 random pointing to null, and fourth random pointing to 8, and fourth next is null. So you have to create a copy of each and every node with the next pointer and the random pointer, and at the end you have to return the clone linked list head. So let's build this. I will use this blue pen for the clone linked list. So first we have to iterate in this linked list. So this is our current pointer initially. So same for this node, current pointer pointing to this node and its value is 1. I will create one another node with the same value. I will create one another node with the same value. Then I will point its one next to this node, one next to current next, and then I will modify its next, and its next is now pointing to this temporary node, So let me show you the code for this. So here is the code to do the task. First we create the temporary node with the same data as current node. So current node pointing to 1, so I created one node. Then temporary dot next, it's next, this pointer pointing to the first, initially current next is pointing to this. So temporary next, this pointer pointing to the current next node. So current next is 2, so 1 is pointing to 2. Then current pointing to 1, then current next, this pointer current next pointing to the temporary value. Now current will increment and move to its next is 1, then its next is 2. So again I will do the same process. So first I have to create a temporary node. So this is the temporary node 2. Then temporary next, so 2's next will point to current next is 8, so its next, 2's next will point to 8. Then current next this line says current next will point to 2, will point to temporary node. So then I will increment my current, now current pointing to this value. So I hope now you got the idea. So let me first create all the nodes. So one thing I want to mention here is, uh, let's suppose current is pointing to 4. So first I have to create a temporary node 4. So now temporary next, this temporary next will point to null because current next is null. So temporary next will point to null itself. So now current dot next, its next, initially it is null. So now its next will point to 4. So the current node next will point to 4. Now current will move to its next is 4. Now 4 next is null. So now current is null. So current is null. So we have iterated once. Now we have to iterate one more time. Now current again pointing to the head node. So we don't need this code. I'm iterating one more time. In this iteration, on the first iteration, I created the next pointer. In this iteration, I will create the random pointer. So one random pointing to 2, and here is the clone node. So its random will point to this 2, and that's it. Now current will move to its next to its next. So 2's random is pointing to 7. So 2's next is 2. So it's 2. 2's next, 2's random will point to 7. So how this will work? Let me show you the code. So this is the code. So let me again traverse. So first, current is not equal to null. Current is pointing to 2. So current next is 2. Yes, 2. And 2's random is pointing to somewhere. So it will point to somewhere. So we have to point it. Current dot next, current dot random. So current is 2. Its random is 2. Its random is 7. So is it null? No, it is not null. So current random means 7, and its next 7 next is this clone 7. So this 2, this this node 2's random will point to clone 7. So let me make or create the random link this. Now current will move to its next to its next. So current pointing to 2, 2's next is clone 2, clone 2 next is 8. So let me move here. So current is pointing to 8. Now 8 dot next is this. Its random is pointing to somewhere. Current dot random 8 random is equal to null. No, it is not equal to null. current random current random is this 2. So this 2's next is clone 2. So we have to point to this node. So current points here. Now current will move to 7. So this is a crucial point. Current dot next is equal to this node. Current dot next dot random. Its random pointer will point to somewhere. So current dot random, this is 7. 7 random is equal to null. Yes. So this time its random is equal to null. So this clone 7 random will also point to null. So current dot random is 7. Current dot random, current is 7 and its random is null. So this is 7. Random will also point to null node, so we don't have to create the link. Then current will take 2 steps. So current will point to this node, so fourth random is pointing to 8. Now this random will point to this 8 also. So now current will move to this clone 4, then its next is null, so we will stop at this point. So we have created next pointer in the first iteration, and we have created random pointer in the second iteration. So let me remove this. So it's time to separate these two linked lists. So how I will separate this? So let me first show you the code. So we have this, and in this iteration we are removing the or separating the linked list. So current again pointing to the head node, and this newly created node will be our clone head. This is our clone head. So clone head is equal to the next of current. Clone head is equal to the next of current. So this is clone head, and as you can see, this is our head node and current pointing to the head node. We also need a clone current. So clone current is equal to clone head, as original current is equal to original head. So that's how this will work. And in this iteration, we have to separate out these two linked lists. So our first step is to do this current dot next. So current is this, and current dot next. We have to reinitialize this node. So current dot next, this node, uh, this link, sorry, and it will point to current next. So current next is this, and its next is this. So now it will point to this node. Then uh, you can ignore this, I will tell you afterwards. Then we have to also reconnect this linked list. So clone dot next means this will point to clone next. So clone next is this 2, and its next is this 2. So clone next will point to this node. Then current will take one step and clone current will take one step. So clone current and current. So I am writing as C current and clone current. So this current node, its next is pointing to somewhere else. So we have to reinitialize this pointer, and it will point to current next is 2 and its next is 8. So it will point to this node, and clone current next will point to clone current next. So clone current next means this will point to 8. 8 next is clone 8. So it will point to this node. So I hope now you got the idea. So let me quickly reconnect the clone linked list and original linked list. So this node, this pointer, sorry, this pointer will point to this. Then this pointer will point to this. Then this pointer will point to this, and this pointer will point to this. At this step, current pointing to this node and current pointing to this node. This is a crucial point, so pay attention here. Current dot next, yes, 4 next means this pointer is pointing to somewhere. it is pointing to current next. Current next means clone 4, and clone 4 next is null, so it will point to null, so don't worry. Then this clone current next is null. Clone current next is null, so it will stay as null. So that's why this if condition is important. So clone current next is not equal to null, and it is clone current next is equal to null. So this is null. So null dot next will give us error. So that's why this condition, if condition, is a must here. So after separating these two linked lists, now current will take one step and current will take one step. So current its next is null, and current next is also equal to null. So we are out of this while loop. After we are done with this while loop, as you can see, we have original linked list and we have a clone linked list. So clone linked list head we have originally initialized to clone head. So we just need to return clone head. So this will give us true at the end. So that's about it. So let's combine all these codes and code this. So first current is pointing to the head node for first iteration. On first iteration we have to clone nodes. Then again we have to create random pointers. Then again current pointing to the head node, and clone head will point to head dot next, means our first node, first clone node. Then clone current initializes to points to clone head. So clone current points to clone head, and original current point to original head. So after we are done this, we have to remove the connections. So after this, we have to just return the clone head. The clone head. This is our clone linked list head pointer, head node. So let's submit this, and let's talk about time and space complexity. It is pretty obvious that we have done in order of n time complexity and uh, constant space complexity. So code is given in the description box. So let's wait for it to submit. And we have successfully solved this question. Give this video a thumbs up to motivate me. Subscribe to this channel, and if you have any doubt, feel free to ask in the comment section. And thank you all for watching.